Good morning, grinders. Welcome to day 26 of the Grinding It Up Challenge. Bankroll is at 449, I think. Always have to add up 80 bucks to the total. So we dropped $10 yesterday at a 25 NL zoom shot, and today we are back to the regular tables. I decided to play 3 regular tables, and I fired up a 10 NL table, a 16 NL table, and a 25 NL table. And what I did was I unchecked auto top up at both the 16 and 25 NL. So since we are at, is that right? At up 40? No, we're actually at 439. I'm sorry, $439 bankroll, which means that we have 25 bucks to spend on a 25 NL shot and 16 bucks to spend on a 16 NL shot, and we're gonna play our regular 10 NL game over here. So let's see what happens. And while we're waiting for hints, we can actually try and pick up on some reads. So we got Queen 9 against Queen 8. How did that happen? Just to pick up on something here. So this guy raised Queen 8 and this guy flatted Queen 9. So we're pretty certain that we have 2 recreational players sitting here. On the button, I'm opening the minimum with 10s. I get 3-bet. Right off the bat, I get 3-bet. And since this guy hasn't got a full stack, it looks like he might be a recreational player. I've got position, I've got 10, so there's pretty much an obligatory call, and we do flop a set and we get action. That is pretty nice. I like that. And he had Jack 5 offsuit. That's awesome. That's an awesome start. So thank you, sir. That was a great start to the session. I got my morning cup of coffee over here to keep me a little awake, since I'm still a little jet lagged from the US time zone shift over here to Germany. What can I say? I mean, we actually now have enough money to move up to 2 tables of 25 NL again. I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I doubled up here, so yeah, I'm just going to do right that. I'm going to hit and run that table. It's not the best etiquette, but, you know, we're trying to build a bankroll here, so I'm going to try and look for a second 25 NL table. Let me see. Let's hope for some more run good. That would be awesome. That looks like a pretty good table. Let me get that over here and then tile tables. So off we go. 2 25 NL tables. Bankroll is now at 351, so we have exactly 25 bucks to spend on 2 25 NL tables. I don't know why. Oh, I actually checked auto rebuy here, but that didn't work. Too bad. Well, so I gotta do it manually. It's not a big deal. I mean, it might cost me some big blinds in certain spots, but you know, it's not too bad. Well, I'm just jamming, obviously, because he's probably just gonna be on tilt and call with any 2 here. And yeah, he calls Jack 10, so we're doing fine. He makes his hand, which is bad for us, but still good play. So 5 BBs. I think that this looks like a pretty strong hand, and I think I can call 7s here. Gotta be careful if I don't flop a set, though. Now, what is he gonna do? Since that's a huge bet. To be honest, that doesn't look like aces or kings to me. That pretty much looks like, you know, ace king to me. So I'm just gonna jam, right, and hope for a spite call with those 2 overs. I mean, it just doesn't look like he's playing aces or kings that way, and I'm pretty happy getting it in here. And yeah, he has ace king, so that's something to consider at micros. I mean, people do tend to just make crazy shoves. I mean, we just saw that guy shoving Jack 5 off. Was that Jack 5 off? Hello, cat. What are you doing here? Yeah, I'm definitely c-betting this board. got a backdoor. He calls, so he can call with a king. I'm not too sure if I should barrel again. I mean, I shouldn't be bluffing too much. This is like a one and done bluff spot, and he's gonna call with flush draws and straight draws and stuff. And he's probably checking back king X, so I shouldn't be confronted with a bet. I can actually get myself a free card here. Yeah, I'm just gonna give up on this one. I don't see how I can move him off. I might be able to move him off a king here, but then again, he can also have flush draws that he checks back on the turn, and that looks like a king to me. I could, on higher stakes, I could probably get him off of something, but I don't think that's gonna be an option here. Right, so that session is starting pretty well. So you're my good luck charm here. You may stay. 7-8, I'm gonna fold. Whoops, computer froze again. I had that, was doing a Sunday special session over at Poker School Online, and my computer kept freezing. I do have some trouble with that right now, so I might want to buy a new computer, because I don't know, this one might be infected with viruses or whatever. I'm not quite sure what it's doing, or something with the graphics card keeps telling me is wrong, and I don't really know what it is. That looks like a decent flop. No one's gonna fold on this board, so I might as well just check, but I do want to build a pot here. So I'm gonna make it 20. I don't expect anyone to fold on this board, to be honest. They might fold ace-x or the occasional 2 overs or whatever, but turn is a jack. That pretty much kind of fits my hand a little. He might have some 10x. Since my flush draw is only 6 high and I'm drawing to a very bad end of a straight, I think I'm just check folding here, making the flush. When he checks back like this, I don't think he can call much, so I'm just gonna bet half pot and hope for a crying call. Might actually bet a little bigger. Maybe even bet smaller to induce. Now, he checks back the turn, so he can easily have a flush, but given that he just called off my shove with ace-king, I just feel like I have to call this, because it's, I pretty much induced it. And he ends up having a flush, but given the dynamics between us, I can't see myself folding a flush there. He might as well just have played a 10 tricky, checking back the turn and then raising the river. So, the only argument for making a big fold like this is because our flush is like 6 high. It's like the lowest possible flush. But then again, this guy. Not too unhappy about giving him some dollars back, because we might get into a spot where he's gonna give it all back with interest. I actually had my 3x button removed again for higher stakes games, so now I have to do it manually. Well, not a big deal, but just if you're wondering why the buttons keep changing and disappearing, it's because I'm adjusting bet sizes for higher stakes games all the time. I'm just trying to see what works out best, and what fits my game plan best, and still toying around a little. So we get some action here. We get 3-bet. I could definitely 4-bet, but I think flatting is a little superior here. I'll keep the dead money from that player in the pot, which is nice, and I'll still have him 3-bet. I don't expect him to have a wide range here, to be honest, but if I come over the top, he might end up folding jacks, or I might end up getting it in against ace-king. Well, now I think I have to call. I want to trap that money over here, so in case he has like a random hand. And I'm just gonna have him value bet any worse hands, like if he has 10s or jacks. If he has aces, then I'm gonna pay him off, unfortunately. That's nothing I can do anything against. And if he has ace-king, I'm gonna give him a free card in that spot, but that's how it goes. So yeah, obviously I'm going to shove this river. I don't know if I can get called by worse here if I shove. You can call with jacks. He might have tens, which would be really unfortunate. I don't think he's gonna bluff. So I just have to jam, I think. And yeah, looking good. We take that one down, and we took all the recreational players' money, who had 7-3 and decided to call the rest pre, and then spike a 3, spike 2 pair on the flop and get it all in. So, what can I say? It's working out so far. 400 and what's that? 466. So some more room to take a shot. Wow, so this guy is pretty short. I think I should have bet bigger on this flop. Just because if I bet bigger, I can manage. I mean, on a board like this, I expect to get calls from any hand that's going to continue is going to continue against the big bet. So if we bet big here, we're going to get just as many calls as if we had bet small, I think. So since he's only short, I can pretty much even over bet the flop and then jam in the rest on the turn, I think, which would be pretty good line to take. So since we're only deep against this guy who might be a reg, I'm pretty sure that he probably had ace king or ace queen in the hand. I'm not too sure about the shove on the river, to be honest. I mean, I can't really have any bluffs since the board is so dry, and I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, it might be okay to either bet small or to even check the river and look for. I don't know. I mean, he can't really have. I seriously think he's pretty strong pre-flop. I mean, he squeezed pre-flop against that short stack and against me, so he does have to have a hand of some sort. So I checked this flop. Now on the turn, I'm planning to bet really small, and I'm gonna have him bet the river with a heart. I don't think he can call, and he's gonna bet any heart. So as he might do with bluffs. So I'm pretty. Oh, he didn't bet a heart. Didn't expect that. I actually expect people to bet any flush on the river, especially recreational players, but I might be wrong on this. I might have actually missed out on a value bet there. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I just have to switch around the kind of thinking. Like at higher stakes games, it might be okay to check on this river, and then on smaller stakes games, since people are not as bluff happy as they are on higher stakes, and get pretty passive and crawl into the net shells, get scared, but still call. They do want to see showdowns. That's what they love to do. I think I should have bet that river. Maybe I should have even bet bigger on the turn. Yeah, for sure. So tens, I'm gonna open, get folds. Now we have a pretty bad position. I mean, he has a good position on us, but looks like a regular. I've tidied up my HUD a little bit, so removed some steal statistics. I think I'm sounding like a broken record here, but I'm not playing with stats anymore. Not even at my stakes. At 200 and 500 NL, I picked up a lot of reads on players, and you're playing with the same players over and over, so you're able to just form your own impression and opinion about how they play, how they perceive poker, how they want to win pots and stuff like that. So you don't really have to rely on stats. I mean, stats are a good thing to be able to quickly discriminate between who's tight and who's loose, who's passive and aggressive, and that's about it, I think. I don't like to put any more deeper thinking behind small samples, because especially at micro stakes, like a sample like this is gonna, I mean, 145 hands, 21-20, it looks like he might be a reg. also because he's playing full stacked and auto rebuying. And you know, someone playing 29-6 on 17 hands, and not playing with a full stack. He's playing with a full stack. Is more likely to be a recreational player. That's what I'm saying. And guy like this, you know, guy like this here could actually end up being a short stacker. No, it's 10 and L. I'm mixing up things now. Right, yeah, I'm definitely c-betting. I mean, I have jack high and some backdoor draws, so should be fine. Also, if I get called, I might have a jack or a 10 as an out too, since people are calling with a jack, with a 6 or a 5 on this flop. You know, I shouldn't be bluffing here, I don't think. Just like a one and done thing. And he called with a worse hand even on the flop. Not specifically worse, but, you know, a little bit worse. Even on equity. Okay, so 7-6 suited. We're going to open. Also, this guy probably likely to be a recreational player. This guy also pretty likely to be a recreational player. This guy pretty likely to be a tight regular, but we don't know that. And same applies for this guy. So 90, 3-bet's pretty big. We only have 100 big blinds, but since we can actually get this guy to enter the pot, I'm calling. I also have position. This is a decent hand to flat with in position. It's one of those hands that can really flop well, and with me being in position against a strong range, I know where I'm at. So if he barrels boards like this, I have an easy fold, and if I flop big, he might actually give me some action there. And also I might attract a recreational player. We saw one guy calling $3 pre-flop with 3-7 offsuit, so you never know what people are up to when they want to see flops. And you know, this is the guy that was talking about. It looks like he might be a short stacker. Yeah, I have a new color for short stacking guys like this. Definitely defending queen 9. And I'm donking this flop with a queen high flush draw. I think he's gonna barrel. He's gonna barrel a lot. So I got to take away that chance from him to barrel me off my draw there. Ace-4 suited. I'm closing the action. I'm fine with flatting. Do have to be careful though. Now Ace-10 suited could be a 3-bet or a call. I think calling is fine since, you know, we got that recreational player in the big blind. Definitely betting this turn now that it got checked through. Nobody's got an ace here, so they all got you know, queens, kings, jack X. Pretty certain that I can get a call here from worse. And now I'm not sure. So what can he have? This is a check fold. What can he have here? Can I represent the bluff? I think I can, so I'm just gonna bet half pot and just hope for a crying call from queens or kings. Wow, he's 3-betting us again. That sucks, but that's pretty big size, to be honest, for him being in position. He had pocket 4s. What's going on here? So yeah, he looks like he doesn't really believe us. And I'm definitely going to barrel again on this turn, of course. I mean, we have a nut flush draw. But since he looked us up so light, I don't think he's going to fold a queen, so check folding. He called us with pocket 4s in the previous hand. Yeah, you know, there's nothing we can do here. We could, you know, at higher stakes, I could try like to check shove now, but given that he doesn't seem to believe us, and calls us down with 4s on that previous board, I just feel like we have to fold here. There can't be any busted draws. He can't really bluff anything. Looks like he has a queen very often. So yeah, here we go. Just give it up. No bluffing there. Queens, 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 queens. Could have actually just called here, trying to induce a 3-bet or squeeze from the short stacker. I'm gonna check this flop, and I'm also gonna check this turn. I think I can extract one street of value, and that's gonna be either the turn or the river. And I want to make it look like I have ace queen or ace jack, and have him bet with like something for protection, like a 10 or something. You know, definitely check calling turn and then reevaluating on the river. This looks like a pretty gross river to me. I think I have to check fold this. He can have 10x, he can have backdoor flush draw combos. He can't really have a king. He could be turning some hand into a bluff. Pretty huge bet, a pretty bad card for us. So I think we have to check fold this. Don't like it, but you know, not much I can do here, I think. And table's breaking, so we're gonna leave. Also, I'm gonna be about to wrap up this session pretty soon. Gonna c-bet 2 overs and backdoor flush draw. So I have some equity here. I'm not expecting too many folds, but I have equity, and I sometimes might have the best hand. Goodbye, cat. And I'm gonna check back on this ugly turn. So let's see, we can probably manage to get jacks in here against this guy. So he calls. Obviously we're going to 3-bet. Making it kind of big since we're out of position. And definitely calling a shove by this guy. So he folds. And yeah, we're pretty much just open jamming this flop and hoping for pocket pair call. And I think we'll be good here a fair amount. Yeah. So ship it. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty good boost for the bankroll, isn't it? Let's have a look at the result. Boom! So we're close to 473 bucks, which means that we have another 2 to 3 stacks for tomorrow's session. I'm gonna wrap things up here because I like to have the bankroll boosted. And you know, as I said in yesterday's episode, the longer these episodes gets, the more time it takes me to produce them and to edit them and to post-process them and then upload and all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be, episodes are gonna take from about 22 to 30 minutes, depending on how we run. Whoops, that's the wrong graph. Let me have a look. I wanted to show you guys that's my higher stakes graph. Let me see, I have to click these stakes. That's it. And I also have to set the dates. Date range. That's strange. Oh yeah, here we go. Why is it less than I have here? Don't really get it. Did I miss out on some filter? So yeah, that was the downswing that we ended the last season with, which was really bothering. Yeah, I didn't click 2NL. That might be the reason. So yeah, there we are. 393, close to 400 bucks profit, puts us at 473, meaning that we have 2 more stacks, about 2 to 3 more stacks to spend on a shot in tomorrow's episode number 27. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna switch back to higher stakes now, and I'll leave you guys with this episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you back tomorrow. Keep grinding it up.